A barren land stretches to the horizon under a burning sun. Two brothers stand at odds, one with the soil of earth clinging to his hands, the other with the scent of fresh sacrifice in the air. What began as an offering has now turned into something much darker. One brother's eyes are filled with fury, jealousy bubbling beneath the surface. The scene teeters on the brink of history's first bloodshed. This isn't just a story of ancient times. It's the beginning of one of the oldest tales of human conflict, betrayal, rage, and murder. In today's video, we're exploring the first recorded murder in history. The tale comes from the book of Genesis, the first book of the Bible. After being expelled from the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve have two sons. Cain, the firstborn, is a farmer tilling the land. Abel, his younger brother, is a shepherd tending flocks. Both brothers make offerings to God. Cain offers the fruits of his labor, grain and crops from the soil. Abel, on the other hand, sacrifices the best portions of his flock. For reasons not explicitly stated, God is pleased with Abel's offering but not Cain's. Now, imagine yourself in Cain's shoes. He's worked hard, sweating under the sun, breaking his back to coax life from the earth. But when it's time for recognition, his brother, the shepherd, receives divine favor instead. The sting of rejection, the pang of jealousy, and the festering anger became too much to bear. One day, out in the fields, Cain's rage boils over. He kills Abel in what becomes history's first recorded murder. The earth itself is described as crying out with Abel's blood. When God confronts Cain, asking where Abel is, Cain responds with that infamous line, "Am I my brother's keeper?" For his crime, Cain is cursed to wander the earth as a restless fugitive, marked by God to prevent others from killing him. But the mark also symbolizes his eternal punishment, separation, and isolation from his family and community. The contrast between the brothers often represents humanity's internal conflict between peace and violence, submission and rebellion, spiritual devotion and material ambition. Cain is seen by some as the archetypal fallen man, symbolizing the dark side of human nature. Abel, in contrast, represents innocence and sacrifice. Imagine a world before civilization, before law, before any guiding sense of right or wrong as we know it today. A world where survival was the only priority. Now, picture a shadowy cave deep in ancient Spain, over 400,000 years ago. The air is damp, and the flickering light from a distant fire barely illuminates the jagged stone walls, where early human ancestors of both Neanderthals and us sought refuge from dangers lurking outside. But danger wasn't always out there. Sometimes it lived among them. In this ancient cave, known as Cima de los Huesos, or the Pit of Bones, researchers in 2015 made a grim discovery that would change how we view early human history. Among the fragmented remains of 28 early humans, one skull stood out, Cranium 17. This wasn't just another fossil. It was a prehistoric crime scene. The skull bore two clean fractures just above the left eye, marks not caused by an accident, but by deliberate violence. Someone had struck this person twice with deadly precision, a brutal act that echoes through millennia, reminding us that conflict isn't a modern invention, even in those days when survival alone was hard enough. What makes the story even darker is how the body ended up in that cave pit, more than 13 meters deep. Was it an ancient grave, a place of ritual, or just a convenient way to hide a murder? The truth is buried in time, just like the bones themselves. It's haunting to think that this ancient act of violence connects us to a past when lawlessness ruled and instincts dictated action. From that prehistoric cave in Spain to the infamous story of Cain and Abel, violence has woven itself into the tapestry of human history. The reasons may vary: jealousy, anger, fear, but the outcome remains disturbingly familiar. And so, humanity's oldest story is one of survival, conflict, and yes, even murder. But what does that say about us? Is violence etched into our DNA? Or have we simply carried the lessons of a harsh, primal world into a modern era where those instincts sometimes still break free? So, here you have it, the answer to this question, or at least for now. What do you think? Was this some early Jurassic Jack the Ripper? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe for more content, it motivates me to do more. And as always, keep looking up.